Hi, everybody. Hi. Hello. Hi, everybody. Good evening. Hello. Hi. So I'm going to do things slightly differently tonight. I'm going to stay live on here, but I'm going to stream live to YouTube as well. So if you want to see the paper and you want to go through the workings with me, head over to YouTube and you can see the paper that we're going to do tonight. Hi, everybody. I thought it'd be nice to do both. So you can stay on TikTok and see my face, or you can head over to YouTube and watch me doing the paper, or you can stream me on both and then you can see both, see me teach and watch the workings as well. So head over to YouTube to see the actual questions, but I'll stay on here as well just so that I can kind of see chats on both. It's a bit different. It's feeling a bit crazy and a bit chaotic, but hopefully that's helpful. Yeah, so we're live on YouTube with the paper. So head to YouTube. It's recording. It's doing everything. I don't know what it's doing. I've pressed all the buttons. I honestly don't know. We're just rolling with it tonight. We're having one of those. So I'm going to start the paper now. Foundation, head over to YouTube to see the actual paper. I'm going to write on it here. I'll be live on both. You can do whatever. So the paper that I've printed out is November 2017. If you head over to my YouTube, it's there. Foundation from 7 till 8, higher from 8 till 9. All, as always. For some reason, I didn't expect you to look like that. Not in a mean way. Great. Love that. Thank you so much. Can you go from a 4 to 8 in 150 hours? I mean, we can try, right? All good. So on YouTube, head over to YouTube and then you can watch. And I'll talk to you on here and I'll talk to you on YouTube. But let's begin. So the paper tonight is 2017 November. I'll wait for everyone to transfer across. So November 2017, don't cry about it. So 7 till 8 for foundation, 8 till 9 for higher, as always. 7 till 8 for foundation and 8 till 9 for higher. 7 to 8 p.m. for foundation. To see the paper, head to YouTube. 8 till 9 p.m. for higher. And we're going to do 2017, November 2017. So I can see 39 of you on YouTube now. So to see the paper, head over to YouTube. And it's Edexcel tonight. Yep. 7 till 8 for foundation and 8 till 9 for higher. Don't hate maths teachers. We're here to help you. I promise. Okay. Question number 1. Change 365 centimeters into meters. So when we're changing centimeters to meters, we want to say 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. And then if we're going from meters to centimeters, we are timesing by 100. And if we're going from centimeters to meters, we're dividing by 100. My YouTube is Hannah Kettle Maths. So 365 centimeters into meters. So if we're going centimeters to meters, we are dividing by 100. So if we're dividing by 100, you can see the paper on YouTube. Dividing by 100, that is going to be 3.65. Head over to YouTube to see the paper. 57 of you on there now. And then we're changing 2.7 kilograms into grams. So we know that 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. The paper's live on YouTube, guide. Head over there to see it. Yeah, I know you can see me. You can see both. If you stream it, head over to YouTube to see the paper. 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. So if we're going from kilograms to grams, we are timesing by 1,000. And if we were going from grams back to kilograms, we would be dividing by 1,000. So if we're going 2.7 kilograms into grams, that is timesing by 1,000. So that's going to be 2,700. 82 of you now on YouTube. Thank you so much. It's on YouTube. I'm streaming live to YouTube as well. Just makes it easier. I might start from the back of the paper for the higher one tonight. I feel like lots of people would rather I did that. Okay, work out 2 add 7 times 10. 2 add 7 times 10 is November 2017. Paper 1 is the paper we're doing tonight. Just scroll back up. November 2017, paper 1. 2 add 7 times 10. So remembering bid maths, brackets, indices, divide, multiply, add, subtract. So we are doing the 7 times 10 part first. 7 times 10 is 70. So this is 2 add 70. And people get confused. You can add from left to right. So 2 add 70 is indeed 72. Well done. Yeah, 72. I can see you in the comments. Thank you so much. Y divided by 4 is 10.5. Y divided by 4 is 10.5. So you'll know, if you know that I solve equations, we're going to put that dotted line where the equals is. And what we do to one side, we're going to do to the other. So I'm going to multiply the left-hand side by 4 and also multiply the right-hand side by 4. Because if we want to get rid of dividing by 4, we're going to do the opposite and we're going to times by 4. So I'm timesing both sides by 4. Y equals, now timesing by 4, you can either do 10.5 times 4 like this, or you can double it and double it again. That works as well. So 4 times 5 is 20, 0 carry the 2. 4 times 0 is 0, add the 2 is 2, and 4 times 1 is 4. So that's 42.0 or 42. Equally, you could just double it and double it again. So that is going to be 42. Well done if you got that. Okay, question number 4. Here are 4 numbers. We've got -9, -2, 2 and 9. It's streaming live on YouTube, guys. If you want to see the paper, it's on YouTube. So I'm streaming that way for YouTube and this way for TikTok, just so that loads of you can go onto my YouTube and subscribe. Yeah, we're moving over there. So question number 4. Here are 4 numbers, -9, -2, 2 and 9. No, it is a non-calculated paper. We're doing November 2017. Here are 4 numbers, -9, -2, 2 and 9. Write one of these numbers in each box to make a correct calculation. So we want on the number line to come to -7. So I'm going to do -9, add 2. And it wouldn't matter which way around you put those. If you had 2 and you had -9, then that would still make -7. So that would be the same answer. So it'd be okay if they were the other way around. But that's that. Okay, question number 5. Here are the first 4 terms of a number sequence. So we've got 2, 5, 11, and 23. Well done. Yeah, -9, add 2. Perfect. 130 of you now on YouTube. Thank you so much. So -9 and 2. Yeah, well done. We are going up by 3, and then it's gone up by 6, and then it's gone up by 12. It's on YouTube, guys, if you want to watch the paper. Going up by 3, up by 6, up by 12. The rule to continue the sequence, ignore me, I didn't even read the question. The rule to continue the sequence is to multiply the previous term by 2 and then add 1. Work out the 5th term of the sequence. This is a really nice question, only 1 mark for this. So to get to the next number, all we need to do is take this, multiply by 2, and then add 1. So 23 multiplied by 2 is 46, add the 1 is 47. So well done if you said that. All you had to do to get to the next term was to times it by 2 and then add 1. Question number 6. Here are 5 straight rods. All measurements are in centimetres. The total length of the 5 rods is L centimetres. Find a formula for L in terms of A. Write your formula as simply as possible. Okay, so we know that the total length is L. How am I going to get a total length of all of those rods? The total length is implying that we're going to need to add all of these together. 80 out of 80. That's amazing. Well done. The paper is November 2017. Paper number 1. Question 1. Paper 1. Non-calculator. So to do this, we're going to need to add it all up. So we're going to do A minus 1, add A, add A, add A, add A, add 4. So that's the first rod, the second, the third, the fourth, and the 5th. And to get the total, we're going to add all of those together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we've got 5A. And the -1 and the +4, they're my like terms. So that's going to come together. -1 add 4 is +3. So capital L equals 5A add 3. And that's it. It said find a formula for L. So we needed it to be L equals and then all the other stuff on the right. So L equals 5A add 3. The paper's on YouTube. Head over to YouTube. I'm streaming on YouTube as well with that, watching the paper. I'm just here to say hi. I know the camera's the wrong way, yeah. Hi, everybody. I hope you've had a good day. We're streaming live on YouTube. Okay, question number 7. Write down the coordinates of point A. So A is going to be, remember, we need to go along the corridor, up the stairs, or along the corridor, down the stairs, whichever way you want to think about it. So the coordinate A we need to go across to 6 and then down to -2. So 6 minus 2 is going to be the coordinates of that. 6 minus 2. That's it. That's all we needed to do for that one. Part B says plot the point with coordinates 2, 9. So 2, 9, we're just going across the 2 and up to 9. That's going to be up there. Did it say label it B? It normally does. Yeah. So loads of mistakes I see when I'm examining GCSE papers. I see loads of you putting like a B in on the cross where it is, but you need to put the B just to one side, capital B like that. Well done if you said that. Thank you, Daisy. And then it says, does point B lie on the straight line with equation y equals 4x add 1? You must show how you get your answer. So y equals 4x add 1 is the equation of the line. And so for a point to lie on that line, it needs to satisfy the equation. So we need the y coordinate and the x coordinate. So the y coordinate 9 needs to be 4 times the x coordinate, add an extra 1. Does that work? Is that true? Is that true? Yeah, Maths Genie's great for downloading papers. Does that work? Is that true? Does 9 equal 4 lots of 2 add 1? Yes, it does. 9 equals 8 add 1. So that is true. So yes, B lies on the line. Edexcel and AQA, yeah, really, really similar. Okay, part C. On the grid, draw the line with equation x equals -2. So the line x equals -2 goes through -2 on the x-axis. So like this. There we go. X equals -2 is on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know when the 2022 papers will be released to the general public. That's a very good question. I don't know. I can obviously see them because I can log into Edexcel, but I don't know when they'll be released on the internet for everybody to see. Not sure. Okay, question number 8. So this is streaming live on YouTube. If you would like to watch the paper's on YouTube. My YouTube is Hannah Kettle Maths. It'd be lovely to see you. Oh, hello. Thank you so much for these videos. Honestly speaking, you've boosted my grades up. I recently had a paper I did very well. Sierra, that is so lovely to see. Thank you so, so much. So I'm streaming the paper live on YouTube. Fabulous. Okay, question number 8. The length of a rectangle is twice as long as the width of the rectangle. The area is 32. So let's think about rectangles that have an area of 32. Hi, Taylor. It's either going to be 1 times 32, 2 times 16. 3 doesn't go into 32, so that's not going to work. 4 times 8. Those are the rules that we can have with an area of 32. And which of those has a length that is twice as long as the width? It's going to be 4 times 8, isn't it? So as long as you do... Hi. Oh, is Kyle here? Hi, Kyle. Hi, Gracie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like that. So as long as it's 4 wide and 8 tall, it doesn't matter if you did it in the other orientation. You did it going downwards like that. But as long as it was 4 times 8, that's absolutely fine. Hi, Woodster. So we're streaming the paper live on YouTube. Head over to YouTube if you want to watch it there. There we go. 4 centimeters that way and 8 centimeters that way. Streaming live on YouTube. Streaming live on YouTube. Question number 9. Jackie wants to work out 3,480 divided by 5. She knows that 3,480 divided by 10 is 348. So she writes 3,480 divided by 5 is 174. 10 divided by 5, the paper is November 2017, paper 1, Edexcel. She's divided by 5 and then she's divided by 2. What mistake did Jackie make? Alexa, stop. She always goes off. She's saying that's divided by 5 because 10 divided by 5 is 2 and 348 divided by 2 is that. So she has divided by 10 and then divided by 2. That's not going to be dividing by 5, is it? That's going to be dividing by 20. So dividing by 10 and then dividing by 2 is dividing by 20. If she wanted to divide by 5, she needed to divide by 10 and then double it. You're welcome, Marcy. She should have divided by 10 and then times by 2. I don't know when I can do the 2022 paper. Lots of you asking for the June 2022 paper. I'd assume everyone's done their mocks by now. No schools should have done the mocks. It would just be whether the exam was. Maybe I'll pencil it in for next week. Maybe we'll do it next week. Thank you so much to those of you that are joining me on YouTube. 137 of you currently live on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me there. So Jake and Sarah each played a computer game 6 times. Their scores for each game are shown below. So we've got Jake 10, 9, 8, 11, 12 and 8, and Sarah 2, 10, 7, 14, 4 and 10. Who had the most consistent scores, Jake or Sarah? You must give a reason for your answer. So when we're talking about consistency, it's November 2017, paper 1. When we're talking about consistency, we want to look at the range. The range, or the interquartile range, depending on the data, is going to give you how spread out or how close together the data is. So the range for Jake, his highest is 12, take away his lowest, which is 8, which gives a range of 4. For Sarah, she's got a range of 14, take away 2, which is 12. So Jake is more consistent because he's got a smaller range. It's on YouTube if you want to watch the paper. This is foundation from 7 till 8. Higher is from 8 till 9. Thank you so much, Austin. Okay, Jake played a different game 20 times. The stem and leaf diagram shows information about his scores. Jake said his modal score was 6 points because 6 occurs most often in the diagram. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? Is 6 the mode? So Harry, head to YouTube to watch the video. Hi, Abdullah, hope you're well. The paper is live on YouTube. So he said his modal score is 6. Now we can see that we've got 6, 6, 6, and 6. So yeah, it is there lots. But is that actually 6? Is that actually 6? Daisy, why is he wrong? Connie, yes, absolutely perfect. So it's 26, isn't it? It's actually 26. So we've not read the stem and leaf correctly. Remember, for a stem and leaf, you need what's on the left and what's on the right. So that's not a 6, that's actually 26. So that's absolutely fine for that mark. Lovely. That was quite a nice question, wasn't it? There are 30 children in a nursery school. I'm feeling very exposed today, guys. There are 30 children in a nursery school. At least one adult is needed for every 8 children in the nursery. Work out the least number of adults needed in the nursery. So one adult for every 8 children. And we've got 30 children. So we know that 2 adults would be 16, 3 adults would be 24. So 4 adults, it's too complicated, could look after 32 children. It's live on YouTube, guys, if you want to see the paper. So 4 adults is 32 children. So that's enough, isn't it? We can't have 3 point something adults. We're going to need to have 4 adults. Yeah, head to YouTube to see the paper. 2 more children join the nursery. Does this mean that more adults are needed in the nursery? You must give a reason for your answer. So do we need any more adults? We don't, do we? 4 adults can look after 32 children. And when we add 2, it still only takes us up to 32. So that's all good. Exactly, Sierra, well done. It is 32 children, so 4 adults. Yes, well done. Mine's not blurred. I don't know. I'm hoping it's not blurred on YouTube. Let me know if it is blurred for you on YouTube. I'll see if I can look into it. I'm hoping that that's okay. I've got the camera up above. Emma has 45 rabbits. 30 of them are... is there any quadratic formula on this on the higher? I don't know off the top of my head. When we get to the higher, I'll let you know. I'll see. Emma has, this is non-calculator. Emma has 45 rabbits. 30 of them are male. 8 of the female rabbits have short hair. Right, let's stop there. So we know that the total number of rabbits is 45. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, it is non-calculator. 30 of the rabbits are male. So we're going to go ahead and the total for male. Oh, that's a good. Okay, can I zoom it? Oh, I don't want to break it. There you go. Maybe that's better. 45 in total. Now the total number of 30 of the rabbits are male. So the total for male is 30. That's better. Yay, there we go. The total for the rabbits was 30. 12 of the rabbits. Oh, 8 of the female rabbits have short hair. Look, I'm trying to watch that. I'm trying to watch that. 8 of the female rabbits have short hair. So female rabbits with short hair is going to be 8. And 12 of the rabbits with long hair are male. So there we go. That's all the information they've given us. So what can we fill in now? It's 2017, paper 1, November 2017, paper 1, Edexcel. So now let's fill in some gaps. The short-haired rabbits, for males, we know that's going to need to be 18. So 18 there. Thank you so much, Austin. We also know that there must be 15 female rabbits altogether because 30 add 15 is 45. And then we also know that that must be 7 because 7 add 8 needs to make 15. And then 18 add 8 is 26. And 12 add 7 is 19. And then just double check at the end. You want to check that 19 add 26 does indeed add up to 45. That was the only way I didn't use. And because it does add to make 45, we know that that is correct and that's all good. So we've completed it correctly. Now it says one of Emma's rabbits is chosen at random. Write down the probability that this rabbit is a female with short hair. Now you need to pay really close attention to what it says in terms of how many we are choosing from. We are choosing from all of the rabbits. So it's going to be out of 45. That's the probability. It's out of 45. She's picking one of the rabbits at random. So she's not picking from the female rabbits. She's not picking from the male rabbits. She's picking from all of the rabbits altogether. Write down the probability that this rabbit is a female with short hair. So female rabbits with short hair, there are 8 of them. So 8 out of 45 would be our probability. Yeah, well done, Connie. Perfect. Well done, Lauren. Brilliant. Hi, everybody. So we're streaming live on YouTube this evening. Head over to YouTube to see the paper. Question number 13. The total surface area of a cube is 294 centimeters squared. Work out the volume of the cube. Okay, let's give it a little draw. I know you guys love when I do terrible drawings. So for a cube, we have 6 identical faces. Foundation from 7 till 8, higher is from 8 till 9. The surface area is 294, and we have 6 identical faces. 6 identical faces. The questions are on YouTube, guys. Head over to YouTube to see it. So we're going to do 294 divided by 6. 6 into 2 doesn't go. Carry the 2 over. 6 into 29. Yeah, Lauren, well done. Absolutely perfect. 6 into 29 goes 4 times, remainder 5. And 6 into 54 goes 9 times. Why have I put a 2 there? There we go, 49. So each of the faces, well done. Each of these faces has an area of 49. So can you tell me how wide each face is? Oh, Kira, thank you so much. So each face, if it's got an area of 49, and we know each face is a square because it's a cube, if it's got an area of 49, how wide is it and how tall is it? How wide is it? How tall is it? So head over to YouTube to watch the video, guys. And perfect, well done. So I now know that this cube is 7 tall, 7 going back, and 7 going across. That's the volume, okay? So if I want the volume, I can now do 7 times 7 times 7. Now, this is a non-calculator paper, pretty mean, but we know that 7 times 7 is 49. So you just need to do 49 multiplied by 7. 7 times 9 is 63. Well done, Harry. And 7 times 4 is 28. It's streaming live on YouTube if you want to see the questions, guys. Add the 6 is 34. So our volume is 343. 343 would be the volume of your cube. That's it for question number 13. Any questions? Let me know in the comments if you've got any question, guys. Right, question number 14. Here are two fractions. Work out which of the fractions is closer to 1. Oh, Sierra, thank you. So it's really hard to compare fractions if they are out of different amounts. So let's make these out of the same. So let's make, if one of them has a denominator of 5 and one of them has a denominator of 7, let's make them both out of 35. That's going to be easier, isn't it? Oh, that went slow for a second. What have I done to this first fraction to make it out of 35? I've times it by 7. So if we've times the denominator, the bottom number, by 7, we also need to times the top number by 7, and that is 49. Good, well done, everybody. Lots of you in the comments saying use 35. So with the denominator, we've times that by 5. We also need to times the numerator by 5. And that is going to be 25. So which of them is closer to 1? Now remember that 1 whole is going to be 35 out of 35. So which of them is closer? Well, this one is 10/35 away from being 35 out of 35. Thank you, Emily. And this one is 14/35 over being 35 out of 35. So we know that this one is closer. 5/7 is closer. There was no answer line, so we'll just put it here. 5/7 is closer. Big circle, very clear. 3 marks for that one. That wasn't so bad. Yes, exactly. You times the 7 by itself, then by itself again to get the volume. Thank you so much, Austin. I really should make you a moderator. The questions are on YouTube, guys. So I'm streaming live on YouTube tonight. If you want to watch the paper, it's live on YouTube. Filming down from above. It's all very technological here. It's looking like a bit ridiculous in my house tonight. Okay, question number 15. There are only red buttons, yellow buttons, and orange buttons in a jar. The number of red buttons to yellow buttons to orange buttons is in the ratio 7:4:9. You know I'm going to do it. It's a ratio question. You know I'm going to draw the little lines out. Even if it's loads, I don't care. I'm going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's ignore the fact that that 1 went off the end. Okay. What percentage of the buttons in the jar are orange? So we know altogether that this needs to make 100%, because in total, that is all of them. So how much percent is going to go on each little line? Or how many little lines have we got? Hi, Caden. There are in total, if I do 7, add 4, add 9, adding that together, there are 20 little lines that I've drawn all together. Took me a little while. 20 little lines. So I'm going to do 100% divided by 20. Grace, yes, perfect. Well done. So each of those little lines, am I going to do it? I'm halfway there now. Might as well. They're not S's, they're 5s, believe it or not. Each of those little lines has 5 on it. I'm not the maths watch lady, but honestly, I get asked it every time I go live. We're just voice twins, I think. So orange, it was red to yellow to orange. So it's this section that is our orange. So 9 lots of 5 is 45%, and that is our answer for 2 marks. Does that make sense? Yes, Lauren, perfect, well done. Streaming live on YouTube if you want to watch the actual paper. The paper is being streamed on YouTube. I'm just here to say hi, just in case anyone comes and I didn't want them to miss it. So I'm streaming on both. I'm feeling very exposed with my face to the camera there, guys. It's a lot. It's a lot. I normally get to hide behind the camera. Okay, well done, Harry. Yeah, perfect. So Berenica wants to buy 35 T-shirts. Each T-shirts cost... Yeah, of course you can, screenshotting the answers. Berenica wants to buy 35 T-shirts. Each T-shirt costs £5.80. Berenica does the calculation. Thank you, Austin. 40 times 6 equals 240. To estimate the cost of 35 T-shirts, explain how Berenica's calculation shows that the actual cost will be less than 240. So she's saying she's rounded the cost up and rounded the number of T-shirts up. Therefore, it has to be less, doesn't it? She's rounded. Now, it's really, really important, guys, to get full marks on this question. You can't just say she's rounded one of them up. You've got to say she's rounded both of them up, okay? Because you could round one up and one down, and that wouldn't necessarily make it bigger overall. But because she's rounded both numbers up, that's why we know that definitely that answer is too big. So she's rounded both numbers up, therefore definitely that is too big. Okay, there's a special offer. T-shirts are £5.80 each. Buy 30 or more T-shirts and get 10% off the total cost. Work out the actual cost of buying 35 T-shirts using the special offer. So because we're buying 35 T-shirts, the work's on YouTube. The paper is streaming live on YouTube. Oh, you use the booklets in school. I can't take credit. They're first class maths booklets, but yeah. Oh, I'm glad you use them in school. That's amazing. I'm famous. T-shirts are £5.80 each. So we need to do 35 times £5.80. Now, I'm going to do this both ways. Because I know some of you will prefer the traditional method and some of you will like it the other way. Hi, we're streaming live to YouTube tonight. So I'm going to do 580 times by 30. You could do 58 times 3, to be fair. Either would work, but that's okay. Or I'm going to do my lattice method, just because if you are feeling uncomfortable with this sort of question at this point, and this terrifies you, then really have a go at this way. So I'm going to split 3 boxes going across, 2 boxes going down, and each box I'm going to split diagonally. So every box is being split diagonally. And we're doing £5.80, so that goes across the top, times by 30. Make it a little bit longer for the answers. Honestly, when I'm examining GCSE papers, it's the lattice method that goes wrong less often. If you're really confident and you're happy, then great, do the traditional method. But if you're ever makes mistakes or you're not sure, this is foundation. 7 till 8 is foundation, 8 till 9 is higher. So 0 times 3 is 0. So I'm going to put 0, 0, and 0 times 0 is 0. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 0 is 0. 5 times 3 is 15. And 5 times 0 is 0. Oh, you printed out the papers. That's so great to hear. We're now going to add down each diagonal section. So this diagonal section just makes 0. And then 0 add 0 add 0. That's 0. 0 add 4 add 0 add 0. That's 4. 2 add 5 is 7. And we've got a 1 there. So then going down with 1 decimal point and across with the other, it is £174. But we get 10% off, guys. And 10% would be £17.40. Remember, to get 10%, we are dividing by 10. So we now just need to take that off. So I've got 174. I did not do that. £174 minus £17.40. 0 take 0 is 0. 0 take 4. Now, if there's more on the floor, remember we borrow from next door. 10 take 4 is 6. 3 take 7. Again, you've got more on the floor, so borrow from next door. 13 take 7 is 6. It's live on YouTube if you want to see the question. 6 take 1 is 5. And 1 take nothing is 1. So our answer is £156.60. You absolutely could have done it this way. In fact, I might just do 58 times 3. 3 times 8 is 24. And 3 times 5 is 15. Add the 2 is 17. So £174. Now, the only reason it's £174 is because you're making that, bigger and smaller. We know that our answer is going to be roughly that. If we estimate, it's 6 times 30, which is £180. Then you do the same thing, get your 10%, take it off, and that leaves you with £156.60. Oh, guys, you're absolutely right. One absolute melon. Shall I try that again? Sorry. £5.80 times 35. Well, at least you get to see me do it twice now. 0 times 3 is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 5 is 40. 5 times 3 is 15. And 5 times 5 is 25. I'll try that again. 0 add 4 add 4 add 5 is 13. Thank you, whoever said that. Yeah, it is paper 1. 2 add 5, add 2, add 1 is 10. So 0, carry the 1 is 2. She's buying 35 T-shirts. I half looked at the question and didn't do it properly. Apologies, everybody. So that's that. It's Edexcel. She's buying 35 T-shirts. It literally says it in the question. I just didn't read it. And then the decimal point is here and here. You go down with one decimal point, across with the other, and where they meet, you go down that diagonal, and that tells you where to put the decimal point. So now we know it's £203, and 10% would be £20 and 30 pence. So that's going to be 0. 10 take 3 is 70. 2 take 0 is 2. And 20 take 2 is 18. £182.70. Thank you so much, Taylor. Honestly, I'm having a right mare there. Trying to multitask too much. Well, that's the excuse I'm going to go with anyway, guys. We're all human, yeah? So you can see the paper live if you join on YouTube. Amazing. Question number 17. There are 3 cards in box A and 3 cards in box B. There is a number on each card. Ryan takes at random a card from box A and a card from box B. He adds together the numbers on the 2 cards to get a total score. Work out the probability the score is an odd number. So you haven't got very many options here. So I think I would do, yeah, at least you saw the method twice. That's so true. I think I would do a sample space diagram here. I think it will upload to YouTube, yeah. So in box A, we can have a 3, a 4, or a 5. And in box B, we can have a 2, a 3, or a 9. Now we're going to take from each box and we're going to add them together. It's on YouTube, Joy. So I know that if I take out a 2 and a 3, that's going to give 5. If I take out a 2 and a 4, that's going to give 6. A 2 and a 5 is going to be 7. A 3 and a 3 is going to be 6. A 3 and a 4 is going to be 7. A 3 and a 5 is going to be 8. 9 and 3 is 12. 9 and 4 is 13. And 9 and 5 is 14. What is the probability then that the total score is an odd number? So now that I've laid it out like that, hopefully that makes it easier to see. What is the probability that it's an odd number? Thank God I don't make the mark scheme. I mean, I think they go through more checks and people aren't live doing it at the same time, but. Okay, cool. Thank you. So odd. That one's odd. Oh, I'd used the rubber. That one's odd. That one's odd. That one's odd. So remember, odd is not in the 2 times table, yeah? And that one's odd. So what's the probability of odd? Yes, Connie, perfect. Yeah, I think it goes straight to YouTube after I'm done. I think it uploads, which will be embarrassing. You can all see me do that wrong question twice. There's 9 options altogether. So the probability of getting an odd number is 4 out of 9. Thank you, Rihanna. Very good. Question number 18. Guys, it's another ratio question. You get to see me draw more lines. How fun. So the ratio is 2 to 5 to 3. And they're sharing £450. Catherine, I'm probably going to do the same paper. So November 2017, paper 1. Quick water break, apologies. So all of these lines, the total that they're sharing between them, good, Lauren, absolutely perfect, is 450. So we're going to take 450 and divide it by 10. And 450 divided by 10 is 45. So that means each of these little lines, always you have to have the same amount on all of the little lines. There we go. And the order of the words in the question is the order of the ratio. So this is Harry, this is Regan, and this is Keelan. How much money does Keelan get? So Keelan gets 3 piles out of 450. So he's going to get 45 3 times. So we're going to do, yes, exactly, Luke, that's absolutely perfect. Well done. 45 multiplied by 3. Yes, Harry's got it. Well done. 3 times 5 is 15, so 5 carry the 1. 3 times 4 is 12, add the 1 is 13. So it is indeed well done if you said 135. Good. Oh, recipe question. We love it. Here is a list of ingredients for making 16 flapjacks. So if you want to watch my screen, it's live on YouTube. Do I think the grade boundaries will be a lot harder this year? Completely depends on the paper. If the paper's easier, the grade boundaries will be higher. And if the paper's harder, the grade boundaries will be lower. The grade boundaries aren't set till afterwards, so there's no way of knowing until they've done the paper and until you guys have sat it and it's been marked. Here is a list of ingredients for making 16 flapjacks. Jenny wants to make 24 flapjacks. So the easiest way for us to get to 24 would be to do 8 flapjacks and then add it together. Or you could half it and times it by 3. It's entirely up to you. So the recipe for 8 flapjacks, I'm just going to do it on the right here. We've got 60 grams of butter. We've got 70 grams of brown sugar. And we've got 125 grams of oats and 1 tablespoon of syrup. What a lovely question. That's actually really nice. 8 because I need 8 more. And it's a nice number, isn't it? This is foundation from 7 till 8, and then I do higher from 8 till 9 p.m. The questions are on YouTube. I'm streaming live on YouTube, and then you can see the questions as well. So we use 8 because 16 add 8 makes 24. And that's going to do it easiest. Yeah, so Connie's got it. She said 180 grams of butter. Completely agree. We're now just adding these together. So 120 add 60 is 180. 140 add 70 is 210 of brown sugar. Well done if you said that. 250 add 125 is 375. The paper is non-calculator, November 2017, paper 1, Edexcel. And 3 tablespoons of syrup. There you go. Alexa, stop. As if she's actually just added that to the shopping list. Did anyone else hear that? That's so funny. I can't say her name, but she's just added that to my actual shopping list. Actually just added. Anyway. Right, question number 20. So if you want to see the paper, it's live on YouTube. Sorry, everyone. I've set everyone's Alexas off now. Oh, I'm going to do it again. I'll just stop talking, I think. Higher is from 8 o'clock. So foundation is 7 till 8. Higher is from 8 till 9. Okay, sorry, everyone. I'll continue. Blimey. It's always chaos, isn't it? Amy and Josh use a calculator to work out that sum. Amy's answer is 27.1115. And Josh's answer is 271.1115. One of them is correct. So they've got the right digits. One of them's just obviously put the decimal point in the wrong spot. So use approximations to find out which answer is correct. So when we are approximating or estimating, we're going to round everything to one significant figure. So 600 on the top divided by 4 squared add 5. And I'm going to round that in a minute as well. So that is 600 divided by 16 add 5, which is 21, but I'm going to call it 20 because why not? Just a bit easier, isn't it? 600 divided by 20. Now, it's quite nice as a fraction because what you do to the top, you can also do to the bottom. This is estimation, as if I just wrote estimation with an S. It's been a long day, guys. I've had 5 lessons today, and now I'm doing this. Bonkers. So I'm going to divide the top by 10 and divide the bottom by 10, and that makes it 60 divided by 2. And 60 divided by 2 is 30. So there we go. No, there isn't a predicted paper for OCR because only about 5% of the country does OCR. But I'm going to say if you're doing OCR, do both the Edexcel and the AQA one, and then you'll just have all bases covered. I know, OCR is in the minority. Just not enough of you do it. I don't think first class maths is going to write a paper for OCR. I'm so sorry. So we're on YouTube tonight, yeah. Oh, yeah, I need to answer the question, don't I? So, yeah, the top one. Amy. Is correct. Should we write that? Amy is correct. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, thank you. Someone said, you've not finished. You've not answered the question. Okay, work out 0.06 times 0.0003 divided by 0.01. How do you know it's Amy? So because we got 30 as our answer, yeah? We said 30. No, I know, Taylor, honestly. It's really thrown me doing it different to normal. I feel like it's really throwing me out of sync. I just don't know what's going on. So we got 30 as a rough guess to the answer. So looking at Amy's answer and looking at Josh's answer, Amy got 27.1115 and Josh got 271.115. So his answer was way out and hers is a sensible answer for the question. So that's why we're saying Amy. Okay, work out 0.06 times 0.0003 divided by 0.01. Give your answer in standard form. So I'm going to go straight ahead and put this in standard form. I'm going to put all those numbers in standard form. So this is, because it's just good practice for you all anyway, 6 times 10 to the minus 2. That is 0.06. To get a number in standard form, it has to be a number between 1 and 10. And then dividing by 10 or timesing by 10. So 0.06 is 6 divided by 10 divided by 10. So that's why it's times 10 to the power of minus 2. We're timesing that by 3 times 10 to the power of minus 4. Because that 3 has been divided by 10, divided by 10, divided by 10, divided by 10 to get 0.00003. All divided by 1 times 10 to the power of minus 2. Now, when we times, we add the powers and we times the actual numbers. So I'm going to make this 18 times 10 to the power of minus 6. Because when we times the actual numbers, 6 times 3, and we add the powers. Divided by 1 times 10 to the power of minus 2. And now I can do 18 divided by 1, which is just 18, times 10 to the power of. Now, when we divide, we take away the powers. So I'm doing minus 6, take away minus 2. Be really, really careful with that, guys. You're doing minus 6, take away minus 2. So minus 6 minus minus 2 is going to be add 2. So you've got minus 6 add 2. What's that going to be? Minus 6 add 2. Thank you for resubscribing. Touch grass now. Minus 6 add 2 is going to be minus 4, isn't it? Good. Well done, Harry. Well done, Donna. Now, is that in standard form? Yes or no? Is that in standard form? All right, Taylor. Is that in standard form? No. Why not? What do we need to make it? The first number in standard form has to be between 1 and 10. Absolutely perfect. So 1.8 is what we're going to make it. Now, if you've made this bit 10 times smaller, then to keep the number the same overall, you need to make this bit 10 times bigger. It's a bit like this. What you do to one side, you've got to do to the other. Thank you, guys. So if you made that bit 10 times smaller, you've got to make the other bit 10 times bigger. Now, be careful. What is 1 bigger than minus 4? What is 1 bigger than minus 4? Lots of you are saying it's 5 and it isn't. What is 1 bigger than minus 4? Yes, Sophie. Yes, Eliza. Yes, Beth. Perfect. So it is 1.8. Andy, yes, well done. Taylor, yes, well done. And Harry, yes, well done. It is 1.8 times 10 to the minus 3. Well done. Hard question that, I think, for foundation. I wonder when we're going to hit higher. We've still got 10 minutes. Right. Guys, it's going to happen. This question, or subtract or multiply or divide. It's a non-calculator paper. We just need to expect that we're going to get a fractions question. We just need to expect it. Sandy, you can definitely do this. Good. So Lauren is saying the denominator will be 20. I absolutely agree, Lauren. I think that's absolutely perfect. So we're going to make both of these fractions out of 20. Good. Well done, Beth. Exactly. Austin. Yes, you've got this, Sandy's world. Right. Then you need to think, what have I done to the first fraction to make it out of 20? I've times the denominator by 4. So I also need to times the numerator by 4 to keep it equivalent. So that is going to be 8 over 20. With the second fraction, what have I done to make it out of 20? I've times the bottom by 5. No, it's just on YouTube. So if I've times the bottom by 5, I also need to times the top by 5. And that is 5. So yes, Taylor's got it. Connie's got it. Well done. Rihanna, I would say that would definitely help you to do well. No, you don't have to pay to watch the live. It's just on YouTube. 13 over 20 is your answer. Well done. So you are going to do that method if you are adding or you are subtracting. You need to make them out of the same denominator. If you are timesing, everyone is going to be exceptionally happy because when you're timesing, you just do the top times the top and the bottom times the bottom, and it's nice and easy. And then dividing, you keep, change, flip. But this is the method for adding or subtracting. Does that make sense? Adding and subtracting, you're making the denominators the same. Timesing is just top times top, bottom times bottom. Dividing, keep, change, flip. We're on YouTube tonight. I'm feeling very exposed. Blimey. This is hard for foundation, you know. This I would normally expect to see on higher. So if you're doing foundation and you know the answer to this, you're probably on track to get a grade 5 because this is hard. So 2 to the power of minus 3. We're streaming live on YouTube tonight, guys. So if you want to see the questions, go over to YouTube. I do these live streams every Wednesday and every Sunday. The questions are live on YouTube. This paper is hard. Yeah, 2017 was quite a tricky one. Okay, so when the power is negative, you are going to make the base number its reciprocal. When the power is negative, you're going to make the base number its reciprocal. So 2 to the power of minus 3 is the same as 1 over 2 cubed. So to use up that minus, you are going to make the base number its reciprocal. You're going to make the base number its reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 2 is a half. The reciprocal of 3 is a third. The reciprocal of 8 is an eighth. The reciprocal of 5 is a fifth. The reciprocal of 2 over 3 is 3 over 2. So reciprocal is kind of like inverting it. It's like turning it upside down, but that's not a very proper way of saying it. So now we've got to cube it. You don't need to put it in brackets, but you do need to make sure you cube the top and the bottom. In this case, it's a 1, so it didn't really matter. But 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. And 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And that is your answer. Very tricky. You can do this. Higher is from 8 till 9. Ooh. Not too bad. Not too bad. Sophie, no, the live streams on Sunday are for subscribers only and they are on TikTok. Because people pay for those ones. But I suppose I could make them paid on YouTube as well. I don't know. It's all blowing my... Technology is taking over my life. Okay. I'm thinking this is going to be higher question 1. I've just got a feeling. It normally is. Where's Megan? Megan normally tells me. Megan, where are you? Or Alicia. Megan and Alicia normally know. I'm streaming the iPad screen live on TikTok, on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go. Everyone should know how to do this. Everyone. This is everybody's favorite question, no? Exactly, it's the tree thing. So we're starting with 36 at the top. Now I'm going to do it a couple of different ways. So 36, you could say that is 6 times 6. And 6 is 2 times 3. And 6 is 2 times 3. So it is 2 times 3 times 2 times 3. 2 times 3 times 2 times 3. Or 2 times, actually, yeah, I don't like it in that order at all. It doesn't matter. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. Now, for this question, you did not have to do the little squares. You did not have to do the indices. It didn't matter because it didn't say it wanted it in index form. But if you did it, you wouldn't lose marks. And if it said you must give your answer in index form, then you would lose marks for not doing it. So it kind of makes sense to always do it. Good, Sophie, perfect, well done. It is 2 squared times 3 squared. Now, let me just do it again, because I could have picked entirely different numbers there. I could have done 2 times 18, and 18 is 9 times 2, and 9 is 3 times 3. It does not make a blind bit of difference which route you do. It doesn't make a single bit of difference what way you do. You always get the same answers. And then you probably just want to check. 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12, times 3 is 36. So that gives us the correct answer. Always double check it at the end. The most common mistake I see when I'm marking that paper is people put commas in between the answers. They'll do this, 2, 2, 3, 3. Don't do that. That is not correct. It's the product. And remember that product means multiplication. So 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. The questions are on YouTube. No, subscribers only on TikTok on Sunday. Higher is, well, I might have a look at higher now. I might have a quick look at higher now. I might go and come back on. Yeah, I know that question's on higher. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So Maths Genie is where I get the papers from. So we're doing, let's go to higher. I think we'll have just done the first question, you know. I told you, I called it. It was there. Do. Lois, you used to work at my school. What school? Now I'm intrigued. In fact, I think I know. I think I know who you are because I've not taught many Loises. And you had a brother who was older, and I hope he's okay. Right. We're changing to higher. It's happening. We've just done that. Now, if you're on foundation, you can stay because all of these questions were still on the foundation paper. They were just the end of the foundation. And in a bit, get your paper. Leonie, get your paper. It's happening. Taylor. No, Lois was lovely. Hardest foundation paper I've done for a while. And the grade boundaries reflected that. The grade boundaries with 2017 were low. They were low. Okay, are we happy if I skip question number 1 then? I've just done it. No worries, Connie. Okay, question number 2. On YouTube and TikTok chat. Yeah, exactly. I'm on both. I'm watching both the chats. I've got YouTube and TikTok going. I'm doing higher. This is November 2017, paper 1. I'll do it very quickly. So 36, in fact, let me try and find an entirely different way to do it, right? 36 is 12 times 3. Let's just mix it up, guys. Why not? And 12 is 3 times 4. And 4 is 2 times 2. These are all prime numbers. So we're getting to our prime numbers and we're circling them. And then all the prime numbers, you're just going to write them out. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. And that is 2 squared times 3 squared. Either of those, though, would have got you full marks. Either of those would have got you full marks. Thank you so much for all the likes, guys. So we're streaming live on YouTube, Lucy. So if you want to see the working out, it's on YouTube. If you're here, someone's going to have to tell everyone that's joining on TikTok at 8 o'clock. It's streaming on YouTube. Austin's all over it. Austin's my moderator tonight. I feel like I need to make him actual moderator. Okay, question number 2. Chiaria. Is that how you say that name? Do we think? I don't know. He's on it. Can I pin a comment? Oh, yeah. Someone write it and I'll pin it if I can. Chiaria is 7 years older than Jay. Martha is twice as old as Chiaria. The sum of their 3 ages is 77. Find the ratio of Jay's age to Chiaria's age to Martha's age. Oh, Taylor, you... Oh, no. Ah! It's going too quick. Paper is on YouTube. How do I pin it? Pin this comment. Boom. Taylor, you're pinned. You've made it. There we go. Right. Chiaria is 7 years older than Jay. Martha is twice as old as Chiaria. Right. So Jay feels like the youngest to me. I don't know about you guys. So let's say Jay is X years old. Then Chiaria, I'm just going to put K because I can't be dealing with all those vowels. Chiaria is 7 years older than Jay. So it's X add 7. Martha is twice as old as Chiaria. So not only do you need to double the X, you also need to double the 7. So Martha is 2X add 14. Are we all happy with that so far? You don't need a maths GCSE now. You've been a pinned comment on my TikTok. You've made it. Right, so Jay is X, Chiaria is X add 7, and Martha is 2X add 14. The sum of their 3 ages. So sum is asking you what? What is sum? You hate this question. Don't hate it. It's all good. So the sum means we're going to add them all together. It's the total. We're adding them up. So we're saying Jay's age, which is X, add Chiaria's age, which is X add 7, add Martha's age, which is 2X add 14. All of those added together equals 77. Higher has started. Higher has started. We're on question number 2. We are doing November 2017 paper 1, and it is live on YouTube. The paper is on YouTube. I don't get why you had to times 7 as well. Okay, because all of this needed to be doubled. Her entire age was being doubled to get Martha's age. So we had to times all of it by 2. This topic is forming and solving equations. I know there's a whole booklet on that on Maths Genie. Chiaria. Too many vowels. I'm telling you. I'm so sorry if anyone called Chiaria is watching. So now, yeah, we're going to collect up any like terms. So I've got X add 2X. That is, zoom out. That is 4X altogether. I've got 2X, X, and X. So 4X. And then the 14 add the 7 is 21. So 4X add 21. I'm going through the paper live on YouTube. Equals 77. Now, you guys will know, if you've solved equations with me lots, we like to do a dotted line. And what we do to one side, we're going to do to the other. So I'm going to start, good, Beth, perfect, well done, by taking 21 away from both sides. Yeah, Lauren's got it as well. Taking 21 away from both sides. So 4X on the left equals 56 on the right. And then what? No, don't guess it. If you can make an equation, it's always going to be more accurate. No, I think the pinned comments disappeared. I don't know, Taylor. I did pin it, but it's gone again. You're just going to have to keep saying it, Taylor. Good. Divide both sides by 4. Perfect. Divide both sides by 4. Yeah, back to the GCSE. Amazing. 4x divided by 4 is x. And 56 divided by 4 is what? 14? No. Yes, 14. Now, we've got to go back to the original question because they don't want to know the actual... we don't want to know what x is. They want to know what the ratio is. So we've got to do all of their ages now. So let's go back to the top. Jay is 14 years old. The ratio of Jay to Chiaria to Martha. So we've got 14 to... Chiaria is 7 years older, isn't she? So she's 21. And Martha is double that, so she's 42. This is a weird assortment of ages of people to be hanging out. But there we go. It's a maths question, so 14 to 21 to 42. Now, they are all in the 7 times table. Oh, it actually doesn't say to simplify it, so I think you'd be fine to leave it like that. But they are all in the 7 times table, so I am going to simplify it. So you'd be absolutely fine to write 14 to 21 to 42. It didn't say to simplify it, so you're all good like that. But they are, wow, Martha is old. If there are some 42-year-olds in the chat, you've just offended them. So now we're going to divide everything by 7, and that is 2 to 3 to 6. That's it. We're doing it live on YouTube tonight. Yeah, higher from 8 to 9. We're on foundation and higher at the minute. We're on the crossover bit, so well done. If you said that. Cool. Question number 3. We love to see it. We're on foundation and higher now. Yeah, you'd still get the mark if you didn't simplify because it didn't say to. So you'd be absolutely fine on that one. Question number 3. ABCD is a parallelogram. Good. So in a parallelogram, we need to know that the opposite angles are equal. So in a parallelogram, this angle and this angle are the same. And this angle are the same. So that might be helpful in a minute. The questions, we're doing it live on YouTube tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and write that one is 75. It might be helpful. Oh, it's the classic. We've got to give a reason for each stage of our working. Yes, this question is also on foundation. Let me double check what the last question on foundation was, just so that I know when to tell you guys to stop if you're doing foundation. Oh, that was mean for foundation. Blimey. I think that will be the last one, because the last question, the very, very last one, normally isn't on higher. Okay, what we're trying to work out. EFD is 35. DCB is 75. We've got both those drawn in. Show that angle ABF is 70. So we're trying to show that this one is 70. I'm going to colour it in so we know that that's what we're trying to work out, guys. This is angles. The paper's on YouTube. I'm doing November 2017, paper 1. The paper is live on YouTube. Okay, so what do we know? Well, I know, actually, I think that's it. I think that's the easiest way to do it. There are so many ways to do this question, and I might not have done it the same way as you. But I think I would say that that one is 35 degrees because opposite angles are equal. So I would write angle. So that little funny little V snippet thing means angle. So I'm going to say angle AFB equals 35 degrees. Opposite angles are equal. And it says we've got to give a reason for each stage of our working. So as much as I know that you guys are like, this is long, writing out the answer, writing out the reasons, we've got to do it. Opposite angles are equal. Good. And then I also said that angle FAB, Thunderbirds, no, I'm not going to say that. FAB is 75 degrees because opposite angles in a parallelogram are equal. And then can you guys see how I'm going to get my answer? Angles in a triangle add up to 180, don't they? Angles in a triangle add up to 180. This is November 2017, paper 1. So I now know that angle ABF is 70 degrees because 75 add 35 is 110. And 180 take away 110 is 70. So 180 take away 110 equals 70. So my reason is angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Boom, there we go, done it. The exam board is Edexcel. The paper I'm doing November 2017, paper 1 is Edexcel. The angles in a parallelogram, the opposite angles are equal. So in a parallelogram, just like this, the opposite angles are equal. Now, there were loads of ways you could have done that. You could use co-interior angles. There were lots of different ways. That was just one of the ways I spotted. So don't think, oh, I did it a different way, so I've got no marks, okay? Yeah, so let me just talk through that again. I know that this angle here is equal to this angle here. Oh, I made that look like an 8. This angle here, because they are the opposite angles in a parallelogram, just like that. So those two angles would be the same. That always happens in a parallelogram. You can see the paper on YouTube. Thank you, Taylor. Taylor, thank you so much. So the opposite angles are equal. That always happens. So those two are the same, and those two would be the same as well. We don't need that for this one, but just letting you guys know. Opposite angles in a parallelogram are equal. Also, I know that this one is 35 because this one is 35, and opposite angles are equal. Taylor, you're all over it. My YouTube is Hannah Kettle Maths. We're live on YouTube tonight. And then the angles in a triangle, if I make it red, I'm using that triangle there, and angles in a triangle add up to 180. Yeah, so you could use alternate angles are equal. So alternate angles could have got you that one. There are so many ways of doing this, guys. So we also know that that one would have been 35 degrees. I didn't need it for my method, but that would also be 35. Co-interior is when you have that C shape. So how can I do co-interior? Let's do co-interior in green. You could do this, this, this makes a C shape. So this angle and this angle add to make 180, which makes that one 105, which makes sense with the 35. There are so many different ways to do it. So if you did it a different way, don't worry. We're on question 3 on the higher paper, just moving on to question 4. Now, this was on foundation, and that feels so mean. So mean for foundation. Most important thing to remember, and you get it in the formula sheet this year because of COVID. Cheers, COVID, for the formulas. The area of a circle is pi r squared. It does look like an optical illusion, doesn't it? Daisy says that exactly a third of the logo is shaded. Is Daisy correct? So what should we start with? Should we do the big total biggest circle first? Should we do all of it? I'm gonna call it the blue circle. So we are going to get the area of the whole thing. So the area of the whole thing. What is the radius of that big blue circle? What is the radius of the big blue circle? If you're not watching me on TikTok as well, you're really missing out on the actions. I'm just saying. The radius of that big circle, because it goes from the middle to the edge, it is 4 add 3 add 3. Absolutely right, Lawrence, perfect. The radius of that big circle is 10. So you're going to do pi times 10 squared. And some of you will be thinking, hang on a minute, I don't have a calculator. This is a non-calculator question. And so we're just going to leave it in terms of pi. Pi times 10 squared is pi times 100. And we would just write that as 100 pi. So the whole thing is 100 pi. Good. Perfect, Marcy. Well done, Chloe. Now, let's look at the orange circle. All of it. So the orange circle has a radius of what? All of it, including the middle bit. The orange circle has a radius of... Yeah, thank you, Austin. The orange one has a radius of 7. Yes, Marcy, good. So we're going to do pi times 7 squared, which is 49 pi. But that's not the shaded bit, is it? That's not the shaded bit. So we need to take out the middle bit. Let me get a colour for that as well. I'm spoiling you with all the colours tonight. So we need to take out the yellow bit. Now the yellow bit has a radius of 4. So we're going to do pi times 4 squared to get the area of that, which is 16 pi. So the shaded bit is the orange circle, take away the yellow circle. Good, Marcy's all over this. So the shaded bit here, the middle donut, Oh, the bad drawing continues. The middle donut is going to be 49 pi, take away 16 pi, which is 33 pi. And we want to know, is that a third? What do you guys think? It's 33 pi out of 100 pi. And because we're writing it as a fraction, we can cancel the pi's. Don't cry about pi. And it's 33 over 100. Is that exactly a third? Is that exactly a third? Nearly. Austin is right, nearly. Some of you are saying yes. If it was a third, that fraction would need to simplify to 1 over 3. Andy's saying one near enough, and I'm afraid yes-ish. No. If it was exactly a third, it would need to be 33 over 99. And it is not. So, and they have put exactly in the word. So it is not exactly a third. So I'm going to say it's not equal to a third. You can do a little equal sign with a line through it. Yeah. So it's very, very close to being a third. It's about a third. I think, to be honest, the fact that Daisy said that, I think maybe we shouldn't be so picky with her. But she did say it was exactly a third. If she said it's almost a third, I'd accept it. But she did say it's exactly a third, and therefore she's wrong. Daisy is wrong. So remember, when they ask you a question, we always need to answer it. Is Daisy correct? No. Wow, that is messy. I'm so sorry about that. And because it was out of 100 pi, so it said what fraction is shaded. We needed the fraction that is shaded. So we got 33 pi out of 100 pi because that was all of it all together. Okay. This is a classic. This is an absolute Edexcel, AQA, all of them, OCR, absolute classic question. We're streaming live to YouTube tonight. We're doing things differently and it's making everyone hella confused. Edexcel. Yeah, I'm on YouTube live as well. It's blowing people's minds. Right, let's do this. So we're doing the mean. Now, the mean is when you add it all up and divide by how many there are. Now, you've got one person that earned between 150 and 250. Thank you, Lois. My YouTube is Hannah Kettle Maths. Same as on here. Okay, so we've got one person that earned between 150 and 250. Now, when we're doing the mean, it makes sense to say that they just earned £200. We're going to go in the middle of the category. We don't actually know how much they actually earned, but we're going to say that roughly they're earning £200 because that's in the middle. That's a sensible guess. Now, for the next one, it's going to be 300. For the next one, we're going to say they all got £400. For the next one, we're going to say they earned £500. And for the bottom one, we're going to say it's £600. This was a non-calculator paper, so I'm already feeling like this is not great. So then we're going to times across. We've got one person earning 200, so that is £200. We've got 11 people all getting 300. So this was on higher and foundation, this question. So that is 3,300. We've got 5 people each earning 400. That is 2,000. We've got no people earning 500. So that's just nothing. And we've got 3 people each earning 600. So that is 1,800. And then we need to add all of that up. Go, 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 go. The last question on YouTube on foundation was this one. I'll just put a note here. End of foundation. Add it all up. What do we get? Marcy's saying 7,300. Do we agree? So if you go on my channel, Hannah Kettle Maths, I should be live on YouTube. Everyone's saying 7,300 in the comments. We happy with that? I trust you guys. I trust you. And then to get the mean, that would be the total amount of money that everyone earns. But then we need to divide it by how many people there are. So I'm going to divide it by 20. Now, you guys know me well. I'm going to divide it by 20 by writing it as a fraction. And then I'm just going to keep simplifying the fraction until it's a lot nicer. So to divide the top by 10 and divide the bottom by 10, it is 730 divided by 2. And 730 divided by 2 is 365. There we go. So that's the average. That is the estimate for the mean, 365. Well done, Pia. Perfect. Very good. Yes, Jess, perfect. Well done. 365. Nadia says the mean may not be the best average to use to represent this information. Do you agree with Nadia? So looking again at this data, I'm thinking this is a company. So it's a shop. Who do you think these 3 people represent? These 3 people up here that are earning way more than anyone else, who do you think they represent? This is November 2017, paper 1, Edexcel. They probably represent like the managers or the shop owners, exactly Millie, exactly Pia. And actually most of the people, the majority of the earners, the majority of the shop workers actually earn a lot less, don't they? Yeah, Andy, Ryan, well done. Yeah, good. So actually saying that they earn on average £365, it feels a bit skewed, doesn't it? It feels a little bit unfair. And I think the mode would be a better estimate, actually. So I would say the 3, hang on, do you agree with Nadia? So I'm going to say yes, I do agree. Yes. The 3 highest earners, we don't know that they're managers, but I'm guessing they are bringing the average up. I'm sure my handwriting is getting worse and worse. No, we're still on foundation. That would be absolutely great for that one. Thank you, Taylor. Here is a rectangle. All measurements are in centimetres. The area of the rectangle is 48. Show that y is 3. Now, if you're doing a show that question, you cannot use that, okay? We are on higher as well. We're on foundation and higher. We're on that bit of the paper where it's a crossover, so we get both. You cannot use that 3, okay? So what do we know is true? Well, I know that this is a rectangle, so I know that these 2 sides are going to be the exact same length. No, if I get to a compass question, I'm stuffed. Apparently, if I use Good Notes, which I haven't got, but I'm tempted to get, I can get a protractor and a compass on it. I just use PDF Viewer, but I think that might be better. Okay, so we're going to do a dotted line where the equals is. And what we do to one side, we do to the other. So I'm going to start by getting rid of 2x from both sides. It's easiest if you get rid of, oh, Leonie, do you? Yeah, I might. Get rid of the smaller number of x's. So that leaves me with 6 equals 3x minus 9. We're then going to add 9 to both sides. I can't remember if I paid for it. I downloaded it such a long time ago. 15 equals 3x. And then we're dividing both sides by 3. So x equals 5. Good. Well done. Well done, Marcy. Good. So now we know that x is 5. I can go back to this question and change x to be 5. So I know that this side length is 2 lots of 5 add 6. And 2 lots of 5 add 6 is 16. And on this side, if I put 5 in here, 5 times 5 is 25. take away 9 is 16 as well. So we definitely know that it works, and we've got 16 as that side. Now we're told that the area is 48. So base times height equals 48. Base times 16 equals 48. So y, the base, must equal 3. So y equals 3. Because y is that distance there. So therefore, we got 3 all on our own. So on a show that question, you want to get it all on your own, all of your own accord. You don't want to use it. You want to get it on your own and show that you get the same answer. That's what they're asking you to do. We're doing the higher paper, but it's also the end of foundation. Any questions on that one, guys? It was quite a difficult one. I need a cup of tea, but if I boil the kettle, it's going to affect the sound, isn't it? And also, I can't go over there and do it. Where is B from? Oh, I just used B. I just said base times height. That was probably confusing. So the base times the height needed to equal 48. And because we knew the height was 16, it was base times 16. Take a tea break. Honestly, I feel like the stress of pausing TikTok and pausing YouTube, and I don't know how to do it. I'm going to be honest. I need more moderators. I actually need like a team of people. It's getting a bit mad. Okay, question number 7. Brogan needs to draw the graph y equals x squared add 1. Here is her graph. Write down one thing that is wrong with the graph. It's a very easy one, this. It should just chat with you. It should have been a smooth curve, shouldn't it? We can't do straight lines on a quadratic graph. So should be a smooth curve. It's all right. I've only got half an hour more of being live, so that is the worst handwriting ever. It's just getting worse and worse, guys. I'm so sorry. It should be a smooth curve. Yeah, we don't do dot to dot. It should curve. Well done. Oh, you've gone from a grade 2 to a grade 4. So happy. I'm so proud of you. Well done. It was such a nice question, wasn't it? Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. Just needed to be smooth. Right. That is the end of foundation. So if you're foundation and you're watching, you are free to leave at that point. Yeah, it should be one continuous line. Chloe, I agree with that. Or one continuous curve. You're free to leave. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to stay, you're welcome to. But that is it. Have we passed yet? Yeah, probably. On higher, you only need about, I'm going to say 16 marks confidently to get a grade 4. So how many have we had so far? Let's have a look. Yeah, we've definitely passed, haven't we? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We're well in. Thank you, Taylor. So on higher, that's it. You've already passed. You've got a 4. Okay, question number 8. Write these numbers in order of size. Start with the smallest number. So you might find it helpful to write a few of these out. So this is 0.2464646. The dots show the start and the end of what's repeating. Mod worthy. I don't know. Austin's giving you a run for your money. And then we've got 0.246, because the dots are over the 2 and the 6. And then 0.246 is just 0.246, and then it's just got nothing in any of the other columns. So you might find it helpful to just fill in some zeros, yeah? Okay, so every single one of those decimals has a 0 in the ones column. Not very helpful. And then if we move over to the tenths column, they've all got a 2. So again, not very helpful. And if we move over to the next column, they've all got a 4. And if we move over to the next column, they've all got a 6. So they are all the same for that bit. So that doesn't help us to compare. So we're going to look at the next number. And the next number, the dots above the numbers show what's repeating. So the dots show the start and the end of what's repeating. So because the dots were over the 4 and the 6, it's 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, and so on. We've been live for an hour and a half, guys. 90 minutes on the live. That's an achievement, right? TikTok's telling me to take a break. YouTube is not telling me to take a break. They don't care. They're not bothered. So the smallest one's going to be this one, isn't it? That's the smallest because there is nothing in that next column. There's nothing there. So that's the smallest. So 0.246, that is your smallest one. Taylor, don't be weird. Then the next smallest is going to be this one because in that next column we have a 2, which is the smallest. So 0.246 is the 2 and the 6. Then the next smallest is going to be the one with a 4. ... And then last but not least is this one, because that next number in that next column is a 6. Your voice is so different to your face. You sound so much older. Look, guys, I did not come on here tonight to be... I don't know, is that offensive? Should I be offended by that or should I be happy? Can't work it out. My face looks younger than my old lady voice. That's what we're saying. Right. James and Peter. They're going on a bike ride. It's on YouTube tonight. James and Peter cycled along the same 50-kilometre route. James took 2.5 hours to cycle the 50 kilometres. I'm going to do it, guys. We don't even need... to say it. We're just going to draw the triangle. It's speed distance time. I can feel it in my bones. So the distance is 50 kilometres and James took 2.5 hours. I'm going to put 2.5. That was kind of them because they normally put 2 hours and 30 minutes and expect you to not put 2.3 because everyone does it. Now, notice our units always need to match up. So 50 kilometres, 2.5 hours, so the speed would be in kilometres per hour. Peter started to cycle 5 minutes after James, and Peter caught up with James after they both cycled 15 kilometres. James and Peter both cycled at constant speed. Work out Peter's speed. The paper is on YouTube. Thank you, Taylor. So this is quite important. The distance where they catch up with each other is 15 kilometres. But first we need to find out how fast James is going. So James's speed I'm good, thank you. Thank you for asking, Anvin. I hope you were asking me. I don't know. Maybe you were asking someone else. The speed is the distance divided by the time. So James's speed is 50 divided by 2.5. Now, I don't really like dividing by a decimal, so I'm just going to double it for fun. As long as you keep the fraction equivalent, you were. Okay, cool. As long as you keep the fraction equivalent, that's exactly the same. So James is going 20 kilometres an hour. Good, Marcy, well done. So if James is going 20 kilometres an hour, how long did it take him to go 15 kilometres? So again, we've got our triangle, speed, distance, time. We know that he's travelling at 20 kilometres an hour. And we want to know how long did it take him to go 15 kilometres. So to get the time that took, we're going to do 15 divided by 20. And 15 divided by 20 is 3/4 of an hour. Don't forget, that's 0.75, but it's of an hour. So that is 45 minutes. If you're doing a calculation in this, your units all need to match up, yeah. I'm going to change it into minutes because we now need to think about Peter. So Peter started to cycle 5 minutes after James. And Peter caught up with James when they both cycled 15 kilometres. So how long did it take Peter to get there? How long did it take Peter to get to that point? Because he started 5 minutes after. It took him 40 minutes, didn't it? So because he set off 5 minutes after, it took Peter 40 minutes to do that 15 kilometres. He set off 5 minutes after, so he took 5 minutes less time to complete that distance. So now we want to know Peter's speed, and Peter's speed is going to be distance divided by time. So 15 divided by, now be careful here, because it took him 40 minutes. I'm going to instantly change that to hours. So 40 minutes is 40 out of 60, which is 2/3 of an hour. And when we divide by fractions, we know we keep, change, flip. Oh, this is good. So Taylor's just said June 2022 papers are on Edexcel's website now, which means I can do them. It means I can do them. That is good. That is good news. So when we times a fraction, we just times the top, or you can make it over 1 if you like, but this is 45 over 2, and that is 22.5. Non-calculator. Yeah, this is a non-calculator paper. That is how I would do it. Got it? Happy? Should I film the 2022 papers and upload them to YouTube tomorrow? I should, shouldn't I? It's on YouTube tonight. I'm streaming the paper live on YouTube. Yes, everyone's saying yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I should do that, shouldn't I? I should definitely do that. I'll be live here until 8 o'clock or just before. I'm absolutely parched. I've run out of water. Hang on, I'm going to go get some more water, guys. Are you all in school tomorrow, or are you not in school tomorrow? Yeah, Taylor's here till 9 o'clock. I'm not. Right. Again, I'm expecting it. Non-calculator. It's going to be there. It's going to be there. Year 11 in school. Yes, I've got an exam tomorrow, so yes. Yeah, so most schools, I think, are getting year 11s in, aren't they? But your teachers might not be in. So if you find yourself bored and in school and you've got nothing to do, there's loads of predicted papers on my YouTube. Yeah, I think it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because lots of your teachers won't be there. So you're going in, but you might not have your teacher or... So if you're off, please use my YouTube. Your principal is going to be teaching you. Wow. Wow. Okay. 100 to the power of a half. Every single one of you needs to know this. 100 to the power of a half. Some schools are open tomorrow. So tomorrow is a strike day. Teachers are striking, but most schools have opened school. Most schools have opened their schools for year 11s and year 13s tomorrow. But that doesn't mean all the teachers will be in. Good. Everyone's saying 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Yes, Pia. Yes, pink cupcakes. Yes, Millie. Yes, Anvin. Good. Well done. I can't see the names. They've gone too quick. Yeah. So the power of a half is square root. Power of a half is square root. So 100 to the power of a half is 10. My school got year 7 and 8 in last time because they argued that those were the parents that couldn't necessarily leave them at home on their own and then might not be able to go to work, which I thought made more sense. But given their proximity to exams now, I think it's got to be year 11, hasn't it? So the AQA Foundation one, I'm going to upload on Sunday, but First Class Maths already has one up on his channel. Okay, so when we have a power that is a fraction, you are going to root by the bottom and do the power of the top. Therefore, we need to do the cube root of 125. And then that answer, we need to square it. It's a little bit about pay. It's a little bit about teaching conditions. I'm not a big fan that they want us to take a pay rise from the students' budget. It doesn't sit very comfortably with me, but I don't want to get into politics on here. So we're cube rooting because the bottom numbers are 3. And then so that's 5. And then we're squaring that. So that is 25. So you're doing the root, whatever the bottom number is, cube root, and then square. Holly, yeah, probably. Whole school in tomorrow. That's impressive. You must not have very many teachers in the right union. Cool. Next one. Oh, we love it. We absolutely love it. What topic is it? What topic is this? What topic is it? Sorry, that's just me clapping. I've got past the point of tiredness. I'm just getting delirious now. Right, 3 teas and 2 coffees equals £7.80. And 5 teas and 4 coffees equals £14.20. It's simultaneous equations, isn't it? I look fed up. No, I'm good. Simultaneous equations. Yes, well done, everybody. Simultaneous equations. It is indeed. So what do we need to do? We need to make either the T's or the C's, the T's or the coffees, the same. So we need to make either these numbers or these numbers the same. Now, I'm going to say it's easier to make the coffee the same on this one, because then all I need to do is double the top equation, exactly that. So if I times everything on that top row by 2, then I will get, let me write them out again, 6t add 4c is £15.60, almost. And then 5t add 4c is £14.20. I'm not changing that bottom equation. That's staying exactly the same. And now what we've got is we've got the same number of coffees, which is perfect. Because if we've got the same number of coffees, we can just say, right, the difference, so we're subtracting, must just be, the extra cost must just be coming from the extra cup of tea. So one tea is equal to £1.40. I've just taken away 6t, take away 5t is 1t. Exactly, Marcy, you've got it, well done. So a tea is £1.40. And now all we need to do is go back to the original equation and put that in. So I'm going to put it back in this one. Let's do this one. 3 teas, so 3 lots of £1.40. Add 2 coffees equals £7.80. 3 lots of £1.40, that is £4.20. And then we're going to take £4.20 away from both sides. So 2 coffees is equal to £3.60. And therefore a coffee must be £1.80. And those are our answers. Good. Moonlight Wheeze. Nailed it. What a name. Yeah, it's on YouTube. We're streaming live on YouTube tonight. I thought I'd try it out. I should really have put that on the answer line, shouldn't I? What was it? £1.40 and £1.80. I'm probably not going to do an OCR paper because about 5% of the country does OCR. It's in the minority, but the content is the same. So if you're watching this, it's still going to be helpful. Okay, question number 12. The table shows information about the heights in centimetres of a group of Year 11 girls. draw a box plot for this information. So when we draw a box plot, we've got 5 values to draw. Oh, what am I doing? This is the lowest value. This is the highest value. This is the median. This is the lower quartile, and this is the upper quartile. I'm going through November 2017, paper 1. Higher. Thank you, Tanya. I think box plots are higher only, yeah. And then the difference between the lowest and the highest, that is the range. And the difference between the lower quartile and the upper quartile, that is the interquartile range. So I'm going to start by plotting what I know. I know the least height is 154. So let's use a little straight line tool. Oh, it's in green. That's no good. Let's put that there, 154. It really doesn't matter how tall you make your lines. That's all good. The median is at 165. The lower quartile is at 161. Now. So that's fine. We've got that. And we've got the start of our box, which I've drawn badly. But then they've given me, they haven't told me the upper quartile. They've told me the interquartile range. That is not the highlighter. They've told me the interquartile range is 7. So we know the box needs to be 7 big in total. So therefore, if we started the box at 161, we are ending the box at 168. I didn't do that perfectly. I'm going to do it again. Even that little bit's annoying me. And the range is 20. So what's going to be the highest value on my box plot? What's going to be the value at the very, very top? Anyone know? Marcy saying 174. I agree, because it's 20 bigger, isn't it? It's 20 bigger than the lowest value. 174. Yes, well done. Lots of you saying the same. So I'm going to do 174 for my highest value and then just join it up with a straight line. There you go. Well done. Don't be stressed. It's going to be great. You'll be fine. And then we need to compare the distributions. Now, I can't be bothered to write it all, but I'm going to talk you through it. So when you are comparing the distribution, you need to compare the medians. The median is that middle line. So we're saying, on average, the year 11 students were taller than the year 7 students because the median is higher, okay? A higher median means a higher average. So on average, the year 11s were taller than the year 7s because the median is higher. That's point number 1. Point number 2, I want you to talk about the spread. Now, you can either talk about the box, the size of the box, which is that, compared to that. So the interquartile range for the year 7s was much bigger, which means the heights of the year 7s were more spread out. And then the heights of the year 11s were all closer together, which makes them more consistent. So the smaller together they are, the more consistent they are. The wider apart they are, the less consistent they are. So that's what we want to say. 2 things. On average, which one was higher, and then which one's more consistent. Safia, see if there is a small room that you can do it in. Speak to the exams officer. It might help. Right, a factory makes 450 pies every day. The pies are chicken pies or steak pies. Each day, Milo takes a sample of 15 pies to check. The proportion of the pies in his sample that are chicken is the same as the proportion of pies made that day that are... Wait, what? The proportion of the pies in his sample that are chicken is the same as the proportion of the pies made that day that are chicken. On Monday, Milo calculated that he needed exactly 4 chicken pies in his sample. Work out the total number of chicken pies that were made on Monday. So Milo's taking 15 papers. The video on you, I'm live on YouTube right now. Steak pies are banging. Steak slices from Greg's though, next level. So 4 out of 15 is what Milo's doing. I think I might keep the live up, yeah. And then if anyone's off school tomorrow, they can watch it. But I do talk a lot of nonsense, guys. Like, for example, I just talked about Greg's steak bakes. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the moral support. Now, if we want to make that fraction out of 450, because they've told us that it's the same proportion, I've multiplied the bottom by 30. So I also need to multiply the top by 30. Good. And so we're expecting 120 chicken pies on Monday. Very good, chic, loveliness. This is in the UK, mostly England, but the content is going to help you no matter what. Oh, Matt, what a shame. I'll post you one. It might be a bit off. It's not closed where I am. Also, you can buy them in Iceland. So there you go. There's a tip for you. On Tuesday, the number of steak pies Milo needs in his sample is 6. Correct to the nearest whole number. Milo takes at random a pie from the 450 pies made on Tuesday. Work out the lower bound of the probability that the pie is a steak pie. Okay, so if it's 6, correct to the nearest whole number, it could have been, the lowest it could have been is 5.5 out of 15. Does that make sense? Because it's rounded to 6. So the absolute lowest, the smallest the proportion could have been is 5.5, because 5.5 is the smallest number that would round to 6. So we're going to do the exact same thing again. And we're going to times by 30. 5.5 times 30 is the same as doing 55 times 3. Don't question it. It's maths. Maths is cool, which is 165. So the lower bound of the probability is 165 out of 450. Probably going to run out of time, to be honest. Oh. That's a fun one. It's a rogue one. Oh, no one's... There we go. I'm trying to think if there's a more... Oh, we've got 9 minutes left. It was out of 450. There are 450 altogether. That's where the 450 came from in the question. Do 14. Oh, do 14. Shall I do 14? I'll do 14. Oh, it's not letting me scroll. There we go. Okay. The ratio y add x to y minus x is equivalent to k to 1. Now, what would I do to make this ratio a 1 on the right-hand side? I would divide this side by y minus x. So I also need to divide this side by y minus x. Does that make sense? If it was numbers, if I said I've got the ratio 3 to 8 and I want to make it k to 1, we would be dividing both sides by 8. Agreed? So whatever this is, we're dividing by that. So I now know that k is y add x divided by y minus x. But they want to make y the subject of the formula. So the first thing I'm going to do is times both sides by y minus x to get rid of that fraction. So I've got ky minus kx equals y add x. Happy with that so far? This is very difficult. And then I'm trying to get the y on its own. Now, to make y the subject of the formula, you want to get the y's on one side and everything else on the other side. So I'm going to move this y over by taking it away and add kx to both sides to get it over here. So x add kx. And then the only way you can get these y's together is by factorising. So y, k minus 1. This turns into this. And I'm going to do the same with x just because I think they have in the question. Yeah. They've gone k add 1, I've gone 1 add k, but same. And then to get the y on its own, we're going to divide by this bracket. So our final answer, I'm going to go up here, is y equals x k add 1 over k minus 1, which is what they got. It's a very, very difficult question. My YouTube is Hannah Kettle Maths. That's rearranging the subject of the formula when the letter appears more than once. It's quite niche. Oh, my phone's on low battery. 15, I feel like you're all going to say that's too easy. Should we do 17? Yeah, I'm a head of maths in a school in the UK. I'm a GCSE examiner and I've been teaching 11 years. Yeah. Should we do 17? Anvin, my face is on TikTok. I'm double streaming. I'm streaming my face on TikTok and I'm streaming the maths on YouTube. Crazy. We're busy tonight. 17? Cool. N is an integer, so it's a whole number. 11 years is a long time to be teaching kids. Couldn't put up with it. Look, I love it, Taylor, honestly. It's good fun. And I make a difference, right? Which I love. Right, the sum. So we're adding them, aren't we? So do I really need to do a line for that, or are you guys all happy? That, add that. I'm going to worry about the halves after. Certainly for that one anyway. So expanding this out, I've got a half n squared add a half n. And on this one, I'm going to do this bit first, guys, and then I'm going to times it by a half afterwards. So this is n squared, add 2n, add 1n, add 2. So that's n squared, add 3n, add 2. So we're just expanding this out. We're just doing it. And that is a half n squared, add a half n, add a half n squared, add... Now, a half times 3 is 1.5, but it's going to pain me to write 1.5 when we're working in fractions. So I'm going to write 3 over 2n, but we know it's 1.5, don't we? Add, and then half times 2 is 1. Everything in that bracket is being halved. And now we've just got to collect it up. So a half n squared and a half n squared makes n squared, 1n squared. And then a half n add 1.5 n is 2n. And then we've just got plus 1. Now they're asking me to show that that is always a square number. So I want to write it as something squared. And the only way I'm going to do that is to factorize it. So this factorized to be n add 1, which is n add 1 squared. Therefore, square number. That was quite mean for 2 marks. I feel like that should have been worth more, don't you? Right. I don't do tutoring because I honestly don't have any hours left in the week. I've got a few people that I tutor, and then I spend every other hour under the sun on TikTok or filming stuff for YouTube. So I've got lots of predicted papers up on my YouTube. Please go and give them a watch. That's it for tonight. That's me done. Thank you so, so much for supporting my channel and for watching and for being here. It means the absolute world to me. I don't get paid anything on TikTok. So I hope you didn't mind heading over to YouTube. Hopefully that was still okay. And yeah, I appreciate you all so, so much. I'll be live again on Sunday, but I think just on TikTok. And then I'll be live again on both on Wednesday. I'll think about how I'm going to do it. Thank you guys. I hope you have a lovely evening. Have a good day tomorrow. Whatever you do, it's 9 o'clock. I need to get some dinner. Thank you so much, guys. If you missed the whole live, it's up on YouTube, and I think I'm going to leave it up on YouTube. But I think you're being sarcastic when you say, what a shame. Bye, everybody. Have a lovely evening. We'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.